It feels like the franchise is entering a completely new chapter, one that could change everything about how this team competes when the season finally kicks off. As fans, we've been waiting to see the Rams make the kind of move that tells the entire NFL they're serious about chasing another Super Bowl. And now, something important is happening behind the scenes that shows one of the team's biggest new stars is fully embracing this new beginning. But what he just decided to do says a lot more than you might think, and it could tell us exactly how committed he is to building something special here in Los Angeles. So before we dive into all the details, if you're a real Rams fan, hit that like button, subscribe to Rams House Daily, and join us from the very beginning. My name's Jake, the channel is still brand new, and we're trying to reach our first 100 subscribers. So, if you truly believe this team has what it takes to make a serious Super Bowl run, become part of the Rams family early. Trust me, you'll want to be here for what's coming next. Myles Garrett's arrival in Los Angeles was already one of the biggest stories of the entire offseason. But now we're getting another clear sign that this isn't just a football move anymore. He's officially putting down roots in Southern California, and that tells you everything you need to know about how seriously he's taking this next chapter of his career. As we all know, the Rams made one of the boldest moves of the offseason by trading for Garrett. It wasn't a simple decision either. To bring one of the most dominant defensive players in football to Los Angeles, the Rams had to part ways with former first-round pick Jared Verse, who played a huge role in helping this team reach the NFC Championship game last season. Losing a young player with that kind of potential wasn't easy, but the front office clearly believed Garrett could elevate this defense to another level. And honestly, when you look at Garrett's resume, it's hard to argue with that logic. He's a two-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, and last season he somehow managed to raise the bar even higher. He recorded an NFL record 23 sacks, along with 33 tackles for loss. Numbers that completely change games by themselves. That's exactly the kind of player the Rams believe can take an already talented roster and push it back into Super Bowl contention. But while all of that was happening on the field, Garrett was also making major changes in his personal life. After arriving in Los Angeles, fans saw him unpacking his belongings and settling into his new home. Then came another symbolic moment. On Thursday, he officially listed his longtime Ohio home for sale, making it clear that this move to Los Angeles isn't temporary. According to realtor contributor Charlie Linkstow, Garrett put his Hidden Lakes of Sharon home on the market for $2.1 million. The 30-year-old originally purchased the property for $1.3 million back in November of 2018, just over a year after the Cleveland Browns selected him with the #1 overall pick in the 2017 NFL Draft. Over the years, Garrett transformed that house into something uniquely his own. Reports say he added a detached 4-car garage and even built a custom walk-in closet with a glass display case designed to showcase his favorite fashion pieces. The property itself sits on 2 acres in Wadsworth, Ohio, behind a private gated entrance offering plenty of privacy. The home spans approximately 4,300 square feet and is listed by Rebecca Donatelli and Natalie Antonelli of the Ellie Group at Elite Sotheby's International Realty. For Browns fans, that house became almost legendary because Garrett constantly decorated it with elaborate displays. One of the most memorable was his annual Halloween setup inspired by the Terminator movie franchise, complete with his famous quarterback graveyard that football fans looked forward to seeing every season. Now, though, his focus is clearly on California. According to Ryan Sanudo of the U.S. Sun, Garrett recently purchased an incredible $23 million estate in Hidden Hills. Property records reportedly show the purchase was completed on July 13th. What's really interesting is that Hidden Hills is also where Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford lives. That means 2 of the franchise's biggest stars will now be living in the same community, something that could naturally strengthen chemistry away from the football field as well. And this isn't just any house. Construction is already underway on a mansion that will feature nearly 15,000 square feet of living space, along with a massive swimming pool and a separate guest house. The property is also located only about 30 minutes from SoFi Stadium, making it an ideal home base throughout the season. There's also another personal reason why Los Angeles makes perfect sense for Garrett. The move brings him much closer to his girlfriend, Olympic gold medalist and professional snowboarder Chloe Kim, allowing them to spend much more time together while he begins this new chapter with the Rams. Of course, as exciting as all of this off-the-field news is, Rams fans are much more interested in what Garrett is about to do once training camp begins. ESPN's Sarah Barshop pointed out that while the Rams got a brief look at Garrett during the end of organized team activities, training camp will be the first opportunity for coaches, teammates, and fans to watch him practicing in full pads wearing Rams colors. And that's when things get really exciting. Everyone wants to see how defensive coordinator Chris Shula plans to use one of the most dominant pass rushers the NFL has ever seen. Garrett has made a career of completely disrupting offenses, and opposing quarterbacks are going to have to prepare for him every single week. The spotlight will only get brighter once the regular season starts. In Week 1, Garrett is expected to make his Rams regular season debut against the division rival San Francisco 49ers, giving fans an immediate chance to see how this rebuilt defense performs against one of the toughest opponents on the schedule. That's why every practice rep during training camp is going to matter. Every highlight, every one-on-one battle, every sack during practice is going to be analyzed because expectations couldn't be much higher. When the Rams traded for Myles Garrett, they weren't simply adding another talented player. They were making a statement that this franchise believes its Super Bowl window is open right now. Watching Garrett fully embrace life in Los Angeles, selling his longtime Ohio home, investing $23 million into his future here, and preparing for his first season in Horns only reinforces that belief. Now the pressure shifts to the football field. Can Garrett become the missing piece that transforms this defense into one of the league's best? Can this aggressive gamble by the Rams front office pay off with another deep playoff run? Those are the questions every Rams fan is asking, and we're finally getting closer to finding the answers. If you're as excited as I am to watch Myles Garrett begin this new era in Los Angeles, let me know down in the comments. Do you think this move makes the Rams legitimate Super Bowl contenders, or is there still another piece this roster needs? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're a true member of Rams House and believe this team can bring another Lombardi trophy back to Los Angeles, subscribe to Rams House Daily. We're still a brand new channel, and our first goal is reaching 100 subscribers. Every single subscription helps us grow this community from the ground up, and I'd love to have you here for the entire journey. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Go Rams!